Hi everyone, Tracy Blehm here, and in this video I want to talk about, are you scared of succeeding or are you scared of the responsibilities that come with success? Now, let me tell you what I mean by this. Sometimes we will avoid making boatloads of money easily because all of a sudden we've got these unconscious beliefs, these hidden beliefs of how much more work and responsibilities we're going to get if we do that. So some of those might be things like, I'm going to get a bigger home, which who's going to look after that? Mine is always, who's cleaning that? That's my first question always, when, especially if my husband brings home stuff and I'm like, who's cleaning that? Who's fixing that? Who's maintaining that? Because it's something I don't want to do. I want my life to be easy. So it could be, who's going to clean the house? Who's going to maintain the house? Another weird one that came up for me when I just focused on, if I'm successful and I buy a large house, one of the other things that came up is, what happens if I have to replace the roof? Which is really, I laugh because it's bizarre, but that's the old architecture and design in me, which was my very first career, is, man, if I got to replace that roof, or if I got to replace that deck, or if that breaks down like that, that was the stuff that was going through my head. And I had already decided that if I made all this wealth, we would end up with that kind of house, that bigger house, that more bells and whistles house. And I had to go in and clear it. So let's do some clearings on it right away, and then we'll keep going here. So clearings, for those of you that don't know what those are, is kind of like a reverse affirmation. It pulls out the junk that's holding us back, whether we know it or unknow it. So I will make a statement, and in your head or out loud, you can say yes. So the statement would be, everywhere I'm scared of succeeding because I'll get stuck with the responsibilities, the cleaning, the repairs, the maintenance of a larger home, I destory, delete, untangle, unwind, dissipate, and release. And everywhere I'm telling myself, or I've decided that I have to buy a larger home that requires more work than where I currently am, I destory, delete, untangle, unwind, dissipate, and release. So I destory, delete, untangle, unwind, dissipate, and release is the clearing that you use onto that belief system that you have. Another thing that might come up around being afraid of the responsibilities that comes with success could be things like, I have to maintain a certain weight. I have to maintain a certain image. I now got to drive a fancier car, and that's more expensive to fix. Then who's going to look after my kids because I got to go out and do all this marketing and promoting and delivering? Who's going to look after my current house? Who's going to look after the kids? Who's going to make the meals? Who's going to do the laundry? And that, or a responsibility could also be, then I'm responsible for hiring other people and keeping them happy. I used to just irritate the pants out of me when I owned, a couple of my own businesses and having staff, is that, how is it that I have to make someone or keep someone happy who's a miserable person? Like, why is that my job, to have to make them happy? And so then I didn't want to have the success where I would have to hire more people, because and really what it was, I was hiring the wrong people. Short story, hired the wrong people, needed a better team, and not the entire team, just certain individuals. So let's clear that. So everywhere I'm afraid of the responsibilities of success because of what I will have to hire and then look after, I destory, delete, untangle, unwind, dissipate, and release. Other things could be, then I have to do certain things for the community. I'm then responsible for certain things in the community, like charities and sponsorships and fundraising. Or I will then become responsible for looking after certain family members who are suffering. I got to make sure I make enough money so that I can then support them. And I don't really want to support them, so I'm just not going to make the money. Let's clear that one. Everywhere I've decided that if I become highly successful, then the success responsibilities become about looking after family members and looking after their financial welfare. And everywhere I've decided that I have to, I destory, delete, untangle, unwind, dissipate, and release. So I would love for you to sit down and write down all the things that you think you'll be responsible for if all of a sudden you had the success you desired. What is the negative aspects, right? Is it a couple of homes? Now you got to look after 2 homes, 3 homes. Is it fancier vehicles? Is it how you look? Is it how you dress? Is it what happens with your kids? Is it what happens with your spouse? What happens with everything that you would think would be negative as you up-leveled your life because of your success and then go in and clear those. Would love to hear what you came up with. Comment down below. I'll answer. Maybe I'll even give you a couple of clearings on it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you need help with your success, building your systems, creating your programs so that you can up-level, I also invite you to book a free Focus Clarity consult with me. Let's see what your challenges are. Let's see what you want to build, and let's see if working together in a coaching capacity is a fit. I will look again, Tracy Blehm from Tracy Blehm Coaching. We will see you in the next video. Cheers.